Are you familiar with an Agile workflow? As the Agile framework began to change software development, the methodologies were influencing the core principles of project management, regardless of any industry applications. Project managers frequently recognize that Agile's processes facilitate higher quality products, better customer satisfaction, and improves workflow predictability. Agile is able to help teams overcome challenges of today's marketplace more efficiently and with less stress. Today, we will be looking at what exactly an Agile workflow is so that you can build and create your own. I'm Sissy here with Jotform. Let's jump right in. Agile is an iterative workflow that has projects in a series of cycles called sprints. The sprints are made up of different stages. Each stage serves a specific purpose and repeats in the same order each cycle. A team's goals will vary from cycle to cycle based on what they need to accomplish or learn, but the stages provide a framework for their progress. With an initial planning meeting, daily stand-up meetings during the process, and a retrospective at the end of each cycle, teams are able to stay aligned with each other. One of the biggest benefits of the Agile workflow is that it organizes the chaotic nature of discovery and creativity, which is important for software development and every kind of knowledge work. Let's look at how the basic Agile workflow cycle works. First, we have conception. This is where project leaders envision the product or changes they want to make to a product. This stage involves intense research and information gathering from the marketplace or customers. Managers will also begin planning the upcoming sprints. Then there's Inception. Managers form the teams and assign them their respective goals and deliverables. They define and communicate project requirements, schedules, and other sprint elements. Next, we have iteration, where developers begin the sprint and tackle their workloads. And finally, release. This is the end of the sprint, where customers receive the new product or update and provide feedback. Teams can then analyze this feedback in the conception phase of the next cycle, and managers can map what improvements are needed and where to focus the next sprint's efforts. If you are looking to change your chaotic knowledge work environment and create a more consistent workflow, Agile could be a great framework for your organization. If you want to create your own Agile workflow, then follow this simple 4-step process. Step 1 is forming. This is your opportunity to make sure that you really understand the principles of Agile. It's very easy to implement as long as you understand its logic. Sit down with your team and review the special roles that each member will have, the structure of the sprints, including daily stand-ups and planning, and review the basics of continuous improvement. Review how the cyclical and iterative nature of Agile workflows can help you to achieve this. You'll need to set the groundwork in this phase before moving on to the next one. The next phase is storming. This is where you'll need to look over your backlog of work and the goals you need to achieve to move forward. Divide all of them into sprints, but be mindful not to try and accomplish too much in too short of a time frame. Make sure that you're giving your team members an amount of work that they can reasonably manage. You should also review team roles and see what best suits each team member. The next phase is norming, which is where you actually assign team members to their specific roles. These are things like product owner, product manager, individual workers, and stakeholders. They are usually outside of the actual team structure, but they provide input necessary for completion. The final phase is performing. It's now time for your team to actually start completing the tasks of the sprint and holding daily stand-up meetings. Be sure to monitor your team members to make sure that they are meeting the obligations of their roles. For instance, it's the job of the product owner to proactively review work and provide feedback according to the sprint requirements. After your team completes the sprint and customers receive deliverables, you should collect feedback to review with the team during your sprint retrospective. You can replicate this process again in the next cycle to get more comfortable with it. Then, continue to repeat it. All that you need to do to effectively implement an Agile workflow is develop a structure and participate in it. Creating and implementing a workflow is much easier when you're using the right tools. This is where Jotform comes in. Jotform is a great productivity enhancement platform that helps users to incorporate forms into robust workflows. With more than 10,000 customizable form templates, Jotform can help with everything from collecting customer feedback to enabling users to report software bugs. Jotform also has a database spreadsheet tool called Jotform Tables. This allows you to visually manage team workflows with table templates, a Kanban view, and other features. Okay, let's review. Agile workflows are able to organize the chaotic nature of discovery and creativity using a series of repeated cycles. An agile workflow cycle is made up of conception, inception, iteration, and release. When creating an agile workflow, there are 4 steps you'll have to follow: forming, storming, norming, and performing. Creating an agile workflow process can be extremely helpful to your organization, and it's even easier to create when using tools like Jotform. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm Sissy, here with Jotform. Have a good one.